Right, we are live.
Yay!
Hello and welcome. I am Ronky, your GM, and joining me today in order of their character avatars, we have Nosh, Mel, FX Engineer, Gigaman, and Rigel Kent. Today we embark on our Star Wars campaign titled Vanguard, using the very awesome and versatile GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games. Not everyone can watch the live stream, but worry not. Our sessions are available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. You can find the links in the video description. If you find our content appealing and engaging, we kindly request that you show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Before we dive into the action, does anyone have any character business they'd like to address?
You know, you didn't say which order they were in.
Left to right.
You could start in the middle and they'd still be in order.
My brain's not able to process that at this point.
I do not currently have anything that I'm thinking of improving yet. Still contemplating next steps.
Darryl has nothing to spend points on this session.
You may want to save some points because there's a big bad monster trying to eat you.
Exactly.
Anything for Bosco?
Nope. I'm still saving up for the big purchase.
Cool. And Tina?
Nothing this week.
All right, well, quick recap. Last session, which was the beginning of episode 3, you guys had found out that things did not go well for the people at Palace, and as
Like we told them.
well, they didn't listen, and unfortunately they paid the price for it. But as a result of that, the administrator, Krital, has hired a well-known investigator to track down the identity of you guys, and she and her offsider, bodyguard, seem to be doing a really good job so far. During the previous session, we also had a bit of a backstory reveal where Tina, once handling the kyber crystal she picked up while in Palace, had a bit of a force vision, I guess, or dream, something like that, where she witnessed the events that took place on the Mahina Kai Plateau, which is a significant battle that happened during the Clone Wars on Fantine. It was in this battle that Order 66 was issued, and Tina's mother, which was a Padawan to the Jedi general at the time, escaped being killed due to the kindness of Luck. I don't know if it's kindness, maybe honor.
Confusion.
Either way, Tina is around because Luck let the Padawan go. But Tina witnessed these sort of events in the Force Dream. She was compelled to go visit the plateau. I guess I can bring up some pictures since that's where we're currently at. This is the battlefield. Once you got there, you recognized, or at least Luck recognized, a long-forgotten battlefield. He recognized landmarks and stuff like that. He retold the events of that particular battle to Tina. You went to investigate, and you found the ruins of the command center were being occupied by a clone trooper. There we have the former command center, and the clone trooper that was living there was a RK-0088, also known as Loophole. This guy, and he's been eking out an existence here since then. While talking to Loophole, Tina managed to spy her mother's master's lightsaber gathering dust on Loophole's shelf. She picked it up and had a look at it. Loophole explained that it is not functional. It stopped working a little while ago. The blade won't ignite.
He just forgot to charge it.
Probably. He didn't turn it off and back on again. Either way, he claimed that he doesn't have the skills to fix it or anything like that. He's a little bit disappointed because it was a really useful tool. The, I guess, reunion was cut a little short as from outside the Darryl smelt danger on the air, or smelt a predator approaching. He went to investigate, and you guys witnessed this monster.
I'm looking to have some Thranok steak later today.
The Thranok was stalking Loophole's crag snort, which is a beast of burden. You guys interrupted, and then I think it was the Thranok turned its attention on Luck. Might have been Luck. I don't recall exactly, but turned its attention on you guys.
No, I
And-
think actually it was Daryl, because Daryl shot it.
That could be, yes. So turned its attention on Daryl, and we left it as it snorted and begins to charge at Daryl.
And
Darryl.
Darryl left a Wookiee patty on the ground.
All right, so any questions before we kick this off?
Yeah, are you going to fix the combat tracker?
What's broken?
Ronan's not with us. We're not in round 5.
Oh, asteroids fall.
How's that headache now?
It's coming
Trying
back.
to make it worse.
All right. I'm going to assume that Haxor's not there as well.
Correct. Haxor's in the backpack.
If she
That
remembers
backpack
to
is so
charge her
getting eaten.
gear.
All right, so we're not going to play this with a combat map. Want to try and make this fast and actiony. So don't worry too much about movement. Describe what your character's doing, and we will just go with the flow. Okay,
Start somewhere.
that's different.
How big did you say the Thranok was?
It is size modifier +3, so it's about the size of an I used
I ended up looking that up afterward last week. An elephant is the only one that's 3.
Yeah, so it's about the size of an elephant, but I'll bring up the picture of the crag snort.
That name, I just can't get past it. Crag snort.
So there's the crag
Short
snort.
crag.
So it is about the same size as that, except it's got lots of sharp teeth. And you've got the guy sitting on the side there for scale. So about the size of an elephant, a little bit bigger maybe.
You hollow out one of its tusks and make a crag pipe.
Go for it. All right, so the Thranok will be charging at Darryl, and that will be its turn.
I
think-
Why do I gotta go first?
I think, Luck, you also had a grenade that was tossed to you from Loophole.
Right.
Yeah, that could potentially be problematic. So Nim is basically gonna run between his legs and out the back.
Okay, you can give me a dex roll, or I think you can substitute acrobatics.
Evade? Do you have evade?
I don't know if evade would actually fit here. I mean, I
Gee,
guess
we never use it.
Well, it's the same level as acrobatics, so sure, I'll use it. Why not? Yay! Made it by plenty.
I was hoping for a critical fail just to see it eat you.
Well, let's see if that should be a contest since you're evading.
See, now look what you did.
One squished Nim coming up.
Nope. You dart between its legs. It will attempt to stop you, but its bulk and momentum is too much, and you make it through to the other side.
Oh, I gotta do the thing.
Right, it's my turn. 1. He's going to shout scatter as he triggers his jetpack and goes up and over it.
Okay.
And I didn't foobar the flight pack, so that's by 5. All right, and I have to click on the thing.
Darrell is going to put his hands up over his head to make himself look bigger, and then he's going to send out his nastiest Wookiee growl scream and try to intimidate this creature.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Well, you're not a Wookiee.
That's true.
All right. I suppose you can give me an intimidation roll.
That is a very Wookiee thing to do.
So we'll just do a flat roll, and you can think of any fun modifiers for or against.
Well, I think it would get a bonus because of the size.
Yeah.
As your size
Although-
modifier and subtract the subjects, so you would have a -2 then.
That is correct.
So
I guess you're not quite that scary.
it's because remember the Wookiee what did you call it, the Wookiee pellets?
The Wookiee pie.
Wookiee patty.
Yep.
Wookiee patty.
Yeah, it saw it. It can smell the fear. It does not seem to be deterred from charging you. Clearly, it doesn't know that Wookiees rip out people's arms.
And Darrell will quickly shift to a roll.
Roll, Shaggy.
Okay, Tina is first. She's going to be like, scatter where? Because they're in the middle of a freaking battleground. And then she's still holding the lightsaber. She's just going to try. She's going to be like, come on, and try to turn it on.
Do you have Gizmo
Really
or
toward.
anything like that? Or not Gizmo? Let me just check.
Let's see. She's got machinist, mechanic.
Gadgeteer is the one I'm looking for.
I don't think she has gadgeteer.
There's a cinematic roll where you can do a mechanic roll at -10 to Fonzie it.
Go for
Does
it.
that leave you with a 3?
I just have the amusing mental image of her turning it on and not realizing that she's got it flipped over.
Okay, so all right, so she doesn't have mechanic that would work here. Let me see what else she's got. She's got armory for melee weapons. Would that work?
Technically, it does fall under melee weapons.
Will go yes, but let's assess a penalty because it's a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll just roll it and you take whatever you want.
Here's where she rolls a 3.
That would be funny.
Crit success, it comes on. Crit fail, it also comes on.
In the other but I'm holding it backwards.
Okay, so you will try and light the blade. It will spark a little bit. It's like the blade wants to, but it can't stabilize. So it flashes a little bit, tries to form, but it's like it's not focusing properly.
She has that little moment where it starts to come on and she's like, yeah, nope.
Can hear the theme music start playing in her head.
Yep. And then womp womp.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Let's just hope it doesn't change the cantina music.
Bosco's gonna try to get as much distance from him, between himself and the Renok as he pulls out, his rifle, attempts to get it ready.
In layman's terms, we call that running away.
Yeah, I'm not really sure the circumstances of when we started the combat, but he's going to create distance and ready his rifle.
Okay, you run and make some extra distance.
I'm so using that from now on. Make extra distance.
Well, running away sounds cowardly. He's being tactical.
It's a tactical retreat.
Fall back to more reliable positions.
Advance to the rear.
Advance
Draw
to the rear.
yours.
All right, so the Thranok does not appreciate Darrell's attempts to scare it off, so it would sort
It's
of
just gonna eat him, and we're gonna go, holy crap!
it will lower its head, charge, and just as it gets to Darrell, it'll turn its head, and just sort of snap at Darrell's midriff. That is going to be a success.
Snicker
He's at
snack.
-2 because of relative size modifier.
Wow.
You didn't need that midriff.
I've got lots of midriff left.
How about backup characters?
How about a what's that? Retreating dodge? Do I get a +2?
+3 for retreating dodge.
If that's not good enough, throw in a little feverish.
Yeah. Plus
Oh yes.
an extra 2 for extra effort.
Oh,
Oh.
By 0. You tried to fail that, bro.
So it will
Crazy.
snap. It thinks that it's got you in its mouth. Its jaw comes slamming down, but you have managed to duck under it, and its momentum carries it a little bit forward. Then it sort of spins around and locks eyes with you again. It did not like that you evaded it.
that's true.
Well, I didn't have quite long enough to find what I was looking for. Yeah, we didn't discuss a plan beforehand, so I'm just gonna stick with what I had myself here. So apparently, the blaster carbine that I have, DC 155, has a grapple built in.
Cool.
So I am going to use it on one of the creature's legs. Basically, I'm just going to run it out a little bit and then sling it. Hopefully, it will be concentrating on Dariel's midriff.
Well-
The question that I failed to answer was, what exactly skill does it take to do that?
What, the grapple?
I
Yeah.
think it's you can use dex, climbing. If it's an auto grapple, you can use the gun skill or something, or grenade launcher skill, something like that.
Yeah. According to the electromagnetic auto grapnel, Ultratech 96, make a climbing or guns grenade launcher roll to hit.
Let's go with climbing then, as I do not have the other. And the roll, which is probably modified by size and whatnot. Actually, the size probably cancels the leg. Okay, but I hit by a lot.
We will be using the action range bands. So if you're in melee, you're in close. I think there's no penalties.
Yeah, he would have been in close still.
So the thing will get a dodge. I'll say that because he's focused on Darryl, we'll give him the -2.
I can live with that.
Not going to help him. So the grapnel will wrap around its leg. Which leg are you going for?
I'm not too picky, so odd is
Front?
right.
Front, back?
Left. Back, definitely. Rear left.
All right. So it will wrap around, and then it'll sort of pull taut, and you realize, holy crap, this thing is strong.
Did I see what kind of grenade dude gave me?
It is just a concussion grenade,
Okay.
which is 8D, I think.
That's pretty damn serious.
I'm still gonna do what I was gonna do. So I went up. I'm going to first I need to make a fast draw knife test. Check, and made that. Oh, let's see. That's why did I have a +3? Oh, size mod. So ignore the +3. So it's success by 0. And then the plan is to drop down on its back and stab the knife, into its back.
Okay, give me a pilot roll.
That is, of course, fail by 1. Damn thing's moving around again.
All right, so
That is within the, what the heck is it called?
Stability.
Stability rating. Oh, right. I keep forgetting to add the, what the hell is the other thing?
handling.
Handling. I think that's going to be a success. Actually, did I put that on there on the plus? I did not.
Well, if you were trying to land on the creature, getting the size mod might not be a ridiculous idea either.
I'm going to assume that the SR itself is going to be more than 1.
Yes. I'm trying to remember where that was really quick. But of course, I don't have. I thought I had actually put that in the modifiers, but it looks like I did not for some reason. Let's see
Silly
what
person.
we got here. Yep, I know. I'm going to blame someone other than myself. Let's see. So I think we had determined it's +2 handling and plus or SR1.
All right. So that will be a success, and yeah, I guess its size modifier could count as a further bonus. So you will land. Your footing will be unstable, so I think that's -2 for bad footing on your attack roll. Then again, you get +3 for the size modifier.
Rah! So, woo, critical
Wow.
success. So I
Nice.
picked the thrust because I was sort of envisioning he's bringing it down because his plan is to like stab it and then pull it down and then create just a big enough a hole that like next
DFA.
round I can stuff the grenade in there. But critical success, that's a really good thing. What is the result? Any damage penetrates DR treated as if it was a major wound.
That
I know
could
what's
be
going to happen
important.
now. I'm gonna
No,
critically fail.
that's not even gonna get. That's not gonna get. I ain't gonna do nothing.
I was gonna say I'll end up critically failing the knockdown roll, and he'll just fall unconscious.
That would have been really funny, but instead I had to roll a 1 on the frickin'. Is that right? Make sure that's the right damage.
I think vibros are more than.
That adds the 3. The armor divisor 3.
I think vibros are more than that. I think they're like 5.
Well, if that's the case, then what's going on? That's the case, then this thing is well. No, I put it on the put vibro blade on the GCA thing. Vibro blade. Okay, so
Are you using tech level 11 materials as well?
yes. Okay, so it's not so it's not super fine. That's the armor divisor increases to 5 if the blade is also super fine, and it is not. Although looking at the vibro blades, I guess you really need to use it always at swing, not thrust.
Well, I
'Cause
think
it's
that
spe-
is a thing.
Yeah, because it says +1d to cutting, so it would have been a cut, not a thrust.
All right, roll that damage.
That is already looking better. So 6 DR3 or get armor divisor 3, and if any damage penetrates the DR, then it's treated as a major wound.
Okay, so you will cut into the beast, and as you sort of slash through its thick hide, you will see it begin to bleed a green blood.
Drill is going to punch this thing and step back.
That's bold.
It's a Wookiee.
Go for it.
Oh!
It steps aside.
Actually, point of order here. Wouldn't it have a penalty to its dodge based off of the? No, it doesn't. Never mind.
So yes, it steps out of the way, and your blow just sort of glances off its hide.
Okay. Tina is going to put away the lightsaber and, in frustration, and pull out the rifle that she has. She does not have fast draw, so I'm assuming that's going to be her whole turn is getting that thing out.
Yep. Bosco.
All right, Bosco. I'm assuming this thing's big enough that he can sort of go for a torso shot without major risk of hitting Daryl or anybody else in melee combat.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So he's gonna, like, he was running away kind of like as fast as he could, pulling out his rifle, and then he's gonna turn around, crouch, and then take a shot.
Okay.
I'm not sure what range I'm at this point.
I think the size modifier is going to offset the range band, so I'm assuming that you're in short or maybe medium. It's up to you. Medium is -7.
Oh, -7. Yeah, let's do. I mean, if he's going for me, yeah, medium sounds great. -7. Okay.
So -4 because of size mod.
Yeah, he wants to be far away. He doesn't want to get smashed.
Chicken.
I forgot how to put. I'm trying to type into the modifier bucket. Do I just type in a number?
Yeah, you can.
Shoot. I don't know. It's not. I'm not doing it right. Oh wait, maybe my numlock is not on.
That'd be about right, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm just gonna put a -4 for range, but it's not the action range. And then he's gonna shoot 3 rounds. Bah, 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 or pew pew pew. So I put in the -4 for the range effective.
All right, so your
Is that not
modifiers
hard?
are all good. So you'll score 2 hits. This thing is not
hits.
naturally averse to dodging bullets, so it doesn't know it's being attacked. So do your damage.
However, if you recall, last week said it's super resistant to energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, this is all I got unless I pull out my little pocket knife.
He's like, nah, I'm gonna keep shooting it instead.
You got some tranks.
You'll do
Throw them at him.
you'll do damage, but it will be reduced. That's all.
So I rolled
Pretty
a
solid
20,
damage.
22 and a 29 for damage with the rifle. Oh, you know what? I didn't modify it for the hot. Dang it. Hot.
Oh, is that not the hot shot damage?
No, I forgot. Or I clicked on the wrong one.
Well, you can re-roll, or you can just add some dice.
How much did you said it was 20%? Or
What, for hot shots?
yeah.
Multiply damage by 1.3 or add +1 damage per die.
Ooh. So I have 6 dice. Can I just
With
add 6?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do. But you do have a mouth of 14 with that.
Well, for this one, let's just add the 6. I don't want to take up any more time.
Yeah.
So 28 damage on the first one, and then 35.
Armor devices
I'll-
round down, or do they round up? Can't remember. I think they round
I
up.
believe it rounds up. I think that's one of the few cases where it does.
Okay, so that would be 28 and 35. I guess you can roll 2d6s to see if you hit vitals.
No extra damage.
All right. You can see your blaster bolts will, pound into it, but instead of seeing the usual sort of explosive impacts, they're very much subdued. It's like snuffing out a fire every time you hit, so it sort of fizzles. But you can see you have injured it, and it certainly did feel the pain from it. Oh, now I have to remember
Awesome.
it. Did I give him a high pain? Damn it.
Well,
So it'll be at shock penalty. All right. It has potentially 3 targets to go for. Its leg is wrapped by Nim. It will. Let's see. I'll get Luck, Nim, and Beryl to roll d6. Highest one loses.
sweet.
Nah.
Wow, all 3 of us rolled 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Try another way, DM.
If you roll a 4,
Oh, that's sad.
all right, that was
Sorry.
way too many rolls. I need that table. The table has characters in it.
You can just make it.
I think I might have
What
actually,
if you could add that to the party sheet?
like a random.
Yeah, like in the watch order.
Yeah, it's possible.
Might be worthwhile.
Okay, so Luck. It does not like that its leg is entangled. I guess that counts as grappled, except you're not strong.
It's gonna be strong enough to not care.
Is it 3 times strength?
I think it's two or 3. I have to look it up.
Nim's strength is what?
Oh, it's just 10 or 11.
Yeah, so it's 3 times stronger at least.
10.
So you're not going to be able to hamper it grappling wise, but it will attempt to spin around and remove Luck from its back. Luck, give me a universe reaction roll. On a neutral or better, I will assume that you're in a position that it can't just immediately bite you.
I have a neutral or
All right.
better.
So it can't immediately just bite you, but it tries to snap and shake you off. We'll do a contest of dexes, or I guess you could use substitute strength.
That they're both the same. So I do have something that I'm wondering how this would apply. Is in the in his suit, he's actually got gecko gear installed in the the boots and the hands, which basically lets him Spider-Man as necessary. But this would obviously be slightly different. But I'm wondering how that would apply.
Does the gecko give you a bonus to climbing?
No, it just says the gloves and footwear lets the user cling to walls and ceilings and move it. Half is basic move, no use of climbing skills necessary.
Um,
Well, right
let's
now
say
trying to not get snapped at. If it were trying to buck you off, I think that would probably apply, depending on how it works.
how about if you use your gecko gear, you could substitute your climbing for the contest roll.
It would still
That
make
makes sense, actually.
Okay, so I'll just go with the dex because strength, dex, climbing, they're all the same.
It rolls really well.
7, and I did not. Critical fail. Ooh, it spun me, and I went sailing off into the wild blue yonder.
All right, so you will go flying off, and I'll assume that you just sort of go on the ground, slide into the dirt, and essentially unhurt, but off balance, or no longer on its back.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's its turn.
All right, well, Nim is going to start doing the wedge maneuver. So in and out,
Good shot, Jansen.
in and out between the legs.
Don't forget to say hooah.
Okay, give me another acrobatics or evade.
Roll. That was not a great roll, but it still works by 4.
This time, you do not manage to make it through, and do not see an opening. You make no progress on your wedge maneuver.
Right. I'm just
Figures.
going from flat on my butt to kneeling.
Question: is this a male or female Thranok? And could I tell the difference?
Are
I
you going to try to
don't
seduce
think
it?
you could tell the difference, but
Naturalist?
sure, naturalist.
Are there dangly bits?
Yeah, but I think
Well,
naturalist has to specialize by planet.
That's my question. I mean, testicles
Let's
are quite universal.
well, no, in Star Trek, that dude had testicles on his knees.
True, but he wasn't a four-legged creature. But true.
Roll IQ. All right, you do see some things that could be testicles. You're not too sure, but
Am I in range to grapple those?
You're going to find out that's not testicles. That's pieces of, poo.
of course you're in range to grapple him if you want. You're in close.
Grab that poo, Wookie.
I threw a +3 on there for size.
All
Well,
right.
it'd be a +3 for
only a
size
+2
mod and
for
-3
you.
for groin.
No,
All right.
it's going
I-
to give you a look like, that's low, bro.
And if you start squeezing, you're going to see a tear begin to form in its eye.
Squirrel.
Daryl's gonna bite.
I'm telling you, you're going to find out that's actually not testicles. That's just poo.
All right. Well, you have hold of its presumed testicles.
Whatever that is.
Well, I will bite whatever it is, presuming they're testicles, next round.
That's if he doesn't punch you to the moon.
So Tina is going to be like, okay, what would Luck and Bosco do? What would Luck and Bosco do? Aim. So she's going to take her around to aim.
Meanwhile, there's a Wookiee hanging on testicles going by.
Yeah. Does this mean that all the males in the group have to take a turn to just stop and go, ooh?
Yeah, they're probably going, Daryl,
Right check
low
from
blow.
all the males.
I know he's a big bad monster and all, but really?
I don't know if that applies to Duros.
Okay. Bosco will take a moment to roll whatever appropriate, maybe like you said, naturalist, to try to see where he thinks the vitals might be. Can you do
Okay.
that? Based on
I'll
his-
assess a -5 because I'm assuming you don't have Fantine as your naturalist.
I actually don't even have naturalist, but I'm trying to do analogous human roll. Roll off of one of my physiology for, with the appropriate modifiers, -4 or whatever. I don't know if it translates.
All
Or
right, make the roll.
do I have veterinary? Or maybe just IQ? I don't know. I'll just roll IQ because I don't think I have a good skill for it unless you translate one of my human medical skills.
Well, it'll be IQ -5, I think, or -6. That's the default.
You want me to roll in visible?
No, it's fine.
So I rolled a 12, which is a failure by 4. So he's like, I think that's where the vitals are at.
But unfortunately, Daryl has them.
Yeah, he's
So,
hanging off them.
I will let you know that I have the brachiator as a racial trait.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, technically, Wookiees have claws too, but they have a whole big bugaboo about actually using them in combat.
So you're going to just start swinging from his testicles. That's
Yeah,
imagery I didn't think I'd see in Star Wars.
Nope.
And you thought truck nuts was going to be the end of it.
All right, so Daryl, he's not happy. The fact that you're holding on to his love organs does not
Daddy
appeal with
bags?
him. Appeal with him at all, and he's going to attempt to bite at you and tear you off them. I'm going to assess a -2 because of the fact that you're sort of in a rear side hex. So it'll be overall -4. That's going to be a hit.
Okay. So I
You
can
can't retreat unless you let
I
go.
can't. I can't really retreat. I'm gonna try and dodge attached
Well,
to his
you
testicles.
can retreat, but you'd have to let go.
To hell with that.
Wow.
Wow, you rolled a 5. That's pretty awesome.
Unbelievable.
Where's the 17s we're accustomed to you rolling there, Nosh?
I know, right? I gotta cling on to testicles more often with Daryl.
Again, that's not something I would have expected to hear.
And then
All right,
hear that in Wookiee.
This is kind of a complication, actually. I'm going to have to try to avoid also entangling the Wookiee dangling.
And you're like, what is he doing?
So I am gonna try again. So I'll keep trying to loop around. But as I pass by, I'm like, that was uncalled for. Where is it? That thing. All right, I have succeeded.
Actually, Daryl's strength is what?
15.
Okay, so you actually do count as grappling it.
He's grappling a part of it, yeah.
So
Well, that just means it can't move away from this point now. But
does it
he is
mean
still
it's
being grappled?
dex-based stuff is still at -4 though?
Well, so by the basic rules, since we're only grappling parts of it, those parts are immobilized.
Thank you for that mental image.
If I can use that word.
Now you're
Okay.
gonna break out the old what is it? The 3E. An unconscious victim is always willing.
Uh-huh.
Should say welcome to the bunch of new subscribers we picked up from a raid from Infinite Monkey Tales.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know who got bored enough to raid here.
Wow. Hi, Raiders. And thanks.
I have no idea what that means.
All right, so I'll just roll dex and see if it matters. I don't want to work out the mechanics of being grappled by testicles.
When using the body part.
You manage to evade. So again, you duck between its legs. So you've got the rear leg grappled.
So by this, I should be getting the other rear leg at this point, which is
All
why
right.
I'm going to have to avoid Daryl.
Okay.
Actually, that may be what I have to do is go for a foreleg.
I assume the strength of this cord is going to be quite high.
So if I'm using the electromagnetic auto grapnel as a basis
1/8
for it,
inch
then
diameter.
it's lifts up to 800 pounds at 5 yards per second. So that's about the tensile strength that it has. Although that's actually 5 yards, 10 yards per second at TL11. So without going to look things up and trying to math that out, it's going to be probably enough.
The strength of this thing is 35, so what's that? 10 times basic lift would be 700. So yeah, I think that would be enough to be too strong for it to potentially break.
At least not easily.
All right, so you'll start on the second leg, and
Whichever
I'm
one is
going
most
to
convenient.
assume that it is considered grappled for this purpose now, since
That's probably fair.
its legs are not as mobile.
We've got it by 3 points of contact at this point.
You should ask Doug Cole how you work that out with technical grappling.
Technical grappling, this would have been easier, probably.
With testicles.
Well,
Moving on.
a
Advance the
handle is
tracker.
a handle, I suppose.
Waiting on you,
I gotta push the
Nim.
button.
Yep. So from his kneeling position, Luck is going to trigger the pack to land on its back again. And I succeeded by 7, so I didn't foobar that one up.
Not a problem.
Drill is biting. So any modifiers?
+3 size modifier.
+2 because he's got SM1.
So are you biting and releasing, or are you biting to hold?
Oh my lord! You know what? You're right. I could worry. I think I can do that.
This is a courtship ritual for the Thranok and the Wookiee.
You realize after this, you two are getting married.
You realize this Thranok's going to give new definition to the phrase teabagging.
It will attempt to dodge. -2 for being grappled. That's a fail. Do thy damage. All right, you bite. But despite your best efforts, you don't manage to penetrate its tough hide. But I'm sure the Thranok has a raised eyebrow.
And Daryl is going to worry at this point.
You should worry.
All right,
Tina
Tina.
is continuing to aim and is like, "Dear God, why?"
What the hell is he doing?
Okay, so based on Bosco's assessment of where he thinks the vital's at, he's going to take a ready maneuver to aim at quote unquote vitals.
Okay.
Best guess.
Yeah, it's going to continue to be focused on Daryl. It will attempt to bite. Oh my God, it misses.
At this point, well, actually, when it's my turn again, I'm going to have to roll against my disadvantage of squeamishness.
You have swimming. That's hysterical.
All right.
You're Monk the Wookiee.
Exactly.
Nim is going to continue the process. Basically, we're just trying to improve the grapple at this point, not doing anything specific. But it should be getting easier, and I'm going to need it. So I only made it by 2 that time.
So it succeeds by 2. That will...
Which is even.
Defender wins. So you're unable to make it between its legs for the 3rd time.
It's squirming a lot right now for some reason.
Okay, so I am going to guess that I need to take a ready action to arm this grenade.
Yes.
All right, so he is going to ready the grenade because the plan is to shove it into that, big gaping wound that I gave it earlier.
Actually, I'm looking at squeamishness. I don't think it applies, to be honest.
It might apply after the grenade goes off.
That's true. So how does worrying work again? Do I just roll my damage again?
You know...
You have to spend a lot of time, reconsidering everything you've done and wondering what you could have done better.
I'm just going to roll the damage dice.
I think that may be how that works.
But I don't think I'm getting through its DR, plain and simple.
Nope, you're not.
You need to get some of your teeth replaced with vibro teeth.
Exactly.
That wouldn't be
Dare-
all sorts of uncomfortable at all.
Dare I ask, what is this thing's DR?
Its DR is 8.
Yeah, well, after a few more bites, I'm probably just going to hold on for dear life.
But in any case, you still have its full attention.
Can't imagine why.
Okay. Quick question. So Tina is not like naturally a gun shooter type person, but would it be out of the realm of reason for her to shoot like a targeted attack at something?
No, that should be fine.
Okay.
What sort of targeted attack are you? Well, what hit
She's
location?
gonna try to shoot the eye.
So you're minus 10, minus 9.
9 for
Plus
the eye.
3.
And her current bonus after aim, AOA, and the range penalty of I think it's a -4. Y'all
Yep.
said earlier is
I think it's
she's at a
-3
plus
actually.
9.
Might be -4. Plus 9. Okay.
Look at you.
So yeah, it's
You're up so
minus. It'll be minus 6 for the eye on this one. Anyway, roll.
So it kind of like her bonuses wipe out the negatives for
Yep.
the aim and extra aim and AOA. No. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's the 17.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it.
It looked just like the lightsaber, actually.
Yep. All right. Please tell me I don't kill Luck.
No, you won't kill Luck.
Please tell me she doesn't kill Luck.
You
won't
will
get through, so-
fire. It moves its head just at the moment you fire, as it's trying to, de-Wookie itself. And your shot goes stray.
Bummer. Okay, so Bosco was aiming last round, and he is going to shoot at. So I'll take the. He thinks he's aiming at the vitals, so he'll take that -3, and then the +3 for the size modifier, right?
Yep.
And then you said -7 for the range, and I have basically an effective of 12 for my accuracy, I think, or 12. I clicked on stuff. I'm not sure if my modifier bucket is right. Oh my god, sorry.
Well, we'll find out.
So I'm gonna fire.
Damn.
It looks like it didn't give me my accuracy. Didn't show up.
Okay, in which case you would have made it by 9 at least, which is going to be all 3 hits.
All right, roll your damage. It's not attempting to dodge.
1, 2, and then I did the dice plus as you said it was a +1 per dice, so I added 6 and I turned 4 of that into 1 dice, and then the +2 left over. That was
Okay.
a really bad roll. 31 for my first damage roll and 18 for my second.
So the next question is it actually the vitals?
And then my third roll, my third shot, 29.
That's 4 damage rolls.
Oh shoot! Did I do 4?
Pick
Okay.
up 3d6 and just roll 3d6.
So yeah, 29, 31, and 18. 3d6. All right.
Nope. So no vitals. But now I'm gonna have to math.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
What did you say? The DR? Oh, is the DR divided by 5?
Yeah, it's alright. I'm mathing it fine.
Or so he says.
So it didn't seem like his damage resistance was high, but he has some sort of tolerance or resistance to
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
but not the DR.
All right, you fire into this thing and you are damaging it. However, you would have known if this was any other creature, it would have, been dead long ago, or should have been dead long ago.
Okay. So he's noting that it has some sort of tolerance or resistance to energy damage.
Well, it seems to be really tough, and you were told that blasters are useless against it.
But it is taking damage that I can tell.
It is taking damage, yes. All right, that is its turn. Wow, it's not having a lot of luck.
Well, it's trying.
It's having a lot of derill.
Ba-dum-bum-tsh.
It's compelled to try and remove the thing hanging off its testicles.
I think Derill is having a lot of it.
Success by 2. That will be a fail.
Excellent.
With the side penalty and being grappled, that's a fail. It's struggling. It stops for a moment and says, guys, time out. Let's just call it quits. Let me go. This is not how I planned this to go. All right, Nin.
All right, keep trying. Man,
That will be a
I got nice
fail
high
on its.
skill on that.
It's a fail on its part because of being grappled and stuff.
Yeah, okay. All right,
So,
I'll tangle it some more.
so that will be the third leg.
I'm not necessarily going for extra legs, just security at this point.
Okay.
All right, so Luck is going to jam this armed grenade into that wound and kick off this thing to, rock it away.
Go for it.
What is the?
Dex.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could also, do telegraphed and all that sort of stuff.
No worries. Success by 3. What is the what's the word I'm looking for? The countdown.
Whatever you set it on.
Right. So B just wants that thing to go off like within a couple seconds. But yeah. And you said it's going to be the HEC, the high explosive concussion.
Yes. I think it's the 8 dice
I do
one.
have. It's actually slightly more than that because it's a hand grenade. Hand grenades are treated as 64 millimeter, which are 8D times 2, crushing explosives for TL9. And it says add +1 per die at TL10-12. So do you add +1 per die at TL10 and then add another +1 per die for TL11?
I don't think that's how it works.
Okay. So does the plus, in this case, it'd be +8. Does that turn it into 8D plus 8 times 2, or is it 8D times 2 plus 8?
8D, 8D plus 8 times 2.
Roger. Okay, so I'm going to presume this grenade's not going to go off until probably Luck's turn next round.
All right. Give me your jetpack roll.
Whoosh.
You will get airborne, and you will see a bird's eye view of this thing trying to remove a Wookiee from its testicles. You probably didn't see this originally when you were on its back, but now you're seeing it.
Derill is going to do a testicle wrench.
Okay.
Is that from martial arts? I'm just kidding.
I think that's a contest of strengths.
Oh, yeah. No way he's going to win that one.
Yeah, contest of strength, the margin of success. Actually, or is it damage? I can't remember. That'd be like wrench limb.
Yeah, I can't remember
It's
ever
a limb
actually
now,
using
is it?
that.
Well, let's roll.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to win that.
It still doesn't appreciate what you're doing.
I guess it depends on its testicle strength.
I legitimately never thought I would see this in a Star Wars game. Never, ever.
Well, after that
Thanks,
post
Nosh.
that Ronky put in the chat for us, I just had to up the game.
Okay, Tina's just going to shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, where were you last round? So that's a success by 4, I guess, assuming I got all the stuff right.
All right, so do all your hits. It's not dodging weapons fire.
Wrench limb. That's pretty brutal. If you win, you inflict swing crushing damage on the limb. The target's rigid DR protects normally. Flexible armor, including natural DR with the flexible or tough skin limitation, has no effect.
Wow, so you could potentially rip its testicles off. So it's versus the higher your victim's strength or health. Yeah, so you're not going to win that, but you could potentially do damage though, because you'd be doing swing.
Yeah, that ain't going to feel good.
All right, so no vitals. So damage.
And now we have to ask the question, how much damage does it take to sever a external genitalia
I don't know. That's a question for Crom.
Aim.
Wow, you've actually brought this thing to below 0.
And then the grenade's going to go off under its DR.
Okay, it has to make a health roll. It is still in the game.
Jeez, health 15. Holy crap.
It's going to attempt to bite at Drill. There we go.
All right.
I have you now.
Quick, parry with the testicles. Uh-oh.
Boo.
But I'm not letting go.
All right, so it will bite. This is the damage,
That's not that bad.
but it is not letting go. So it is bit you, and it is going to like reef you off its testicles.
Okay. Well, I will burn some character points if I may.
All right, so you will burn a character point, and you find yourself wedged in between its teeth, not skewered by them. You only take the 1 point of damage.
Excellent.
But it still has you sufficiently grappled. But it's going to explode next turn.
Awesome.
What a hollow
Next
victory.
turn, It's gonna explode right after Nim, where loops up another leg.
So did Luck actually announce that?
He shouted fire in the hole.
Okay. So instead of looping around again, Nim is going to, while keeping the line taut to the extent that he's able to hold this thing at all, he is going to let it out and sort of, what was the term that Bosco was using there? Create distance.
Create distance. Yeah.
So he's going to let the reel out and create some distance.
Let's see if this actually works. I'm not sure. Looks like it worked. That's a lot of ones. 66
So
man.
points of damage.
if that's actually internal, the way that works, as I recall, is it's treated as a vitals hit.
4 frickin' ones in there.
Did it calculate it right? So, what do you got? 18, 19, 20, 23. Yes, so it did. I'm assuming that bypasses its DR because it's internal.
Yep, that was the plan. Stab it, jab it, run away.
And internal explosions are considered vitals, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty brutal then. That's what, times 3?
Mm-hmm.
198?
Well, it's a crushing attack to the vitals. So I don't think it's by 3. I think it's at most by 1.5.
Well, normally you can't get a crushing attack to the vitals, but this is explosive. And now that makes me want to remember where I got that from. Because I know we encountered that plenty of times using explosive ammunition.
Let's just say we double it.
It says I'm looking in the page 415 of the basic set. Internal explosives. If it goes off inside, the target's DR doesn't affect, and treat it as a blast attack on the vitals with a ×3 wounding modifier.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so what have we
I
got?
think that was in basic.
198.
2
Wait, I shouldn't have hit.
minus 5 times health. All right.
Crap. We actually hit that number.
Well,
Yes, you
it's
got
still not as good as Tina's blast shot.
238 points of damage you did to it in total. Took it to minus 5 times hit points. All right, so the grenade
Now,
goes off.
Loki can get showered with gore and ichor.
There is an almighty explosion. Gore goes everywhere. The beast, since it has the Wookiee in its mouth, it will still be, the Wookiee will still be in its mouth, but the beast will fall down. A large hole in its back. Darryl, you're sort of wedged between its teeth. And it does that whole Rancor scene where it goes and dies.
Okay, now you roll for scrimmage.
So Darryl will let go of the testicles and stand up and look at his gore-covered fur and start to lament in Wookiee with a growl.
Someone's going to have to help you out of this things more. But you will.
Daryl, I think you missed a spot over there.
And because I completely forgot to add Loophole to the tracker, Loophole was just standing by going, I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
I'm reminded from the after campaign when Joel stood there and was part of the grenade blast.
Right.
Okay, so Tina failed post-combat shakes and has now acquired a new quirk. Do I pick that or do you pick that?
You can pick an appropriate quirk if you wish.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You might have some sort of dislike of testicles.
Interesting.
I know Bosco's like was aiming a shot. He's looking through the scope.
Technically, did you add 2? You should have added 2 to the fright check.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to do that.
Wonder if that would be any worse.
Let's try it.
Well, we can just
2,
look at the
so that would
table.
be 15.
Yes, 15 is lose 1
15 always
FTP,
fails.
takes 1d seconds. So it's like you wouldn't necessarily get the new mental quirk, but I don't see why if you want the mental quirk, you can always go want to use the less. Well, no, you can only use the lesser ones. You can only, I don't know.
Well, you can always take.
Technically,
quirks
your
anyway.
role doesn't require a quirk, but if you want to add a quirk for, character's flavor, go for it.
Okay. Do I still lose the 1D FP?
Well, not if you're going to take the quirk option.
Okay. I'm going to take the quirk option. I'll figure out what quirk to do.
Since you're volunteering to take the quirk, consider that a 0-point quirk, so you can pay it off at 0 points as well.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so apparently I need to get the Wookiee out of its teeth.
And
You can let go, Daryl.
Bosco was looking through his scope and he's like, "Are those testicles?" Like,
Why do I have an image of Daryl, cooking up these testicles, eating it like the porgs?
Well, some
Very
places
racist.
they do that sort of thing.
Daryl will explain that it's comes out of a story that he heard about one of his uncles when he attacked a creature by the same method and manner, and of course this is the trophy that you enjoy after the fact.
Well, that was certainly bold.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
Luck. Loophole will come up to you, pat you on the shoulder, and he says, "Thank you, brother."
Sorry for the mess.
He says, "No need to apologize. I witnessed something incredible today."
And we both look at the Wookiee for a long moment. Like, that was incredible. Yes.
The
He's like
Wookiee,
standing over there going,
the Wookiee asks if he has any water.
Are these things good eating?
I guess we're going to find out.
Can't believe he did that. That's so funny.
The Loophole will go and fetch a bucket of water and sort of plunk it down in front of Daryl.
Daryl will say thank you, and then say, "About some soap?"
He's asking for soap, too.
Ah, right. And he'll go off and he'll come back with some soap.
yeah, that's gonna get all matted.
That's why Daryl has a big comb.
Totally worth it.
Great. We'll need that for when we're combing the desert.
Well, so Loophole will go about cutting a chunk of steak from this beast, and he says, "So, brother, do you want to try it?"
Sure, why not? Can't possibly be worse than the usual rations.
He will take this steak in. He'll begin to chop it up. Drops it into his stew and lets it boil away for some while, and you guys will take the time to chillax. Daryl, you come in cleaned.
And Daryl is going to lie down because he wants to have a good night's rest so he can regain his one lost hit point.
I think Luck is probably going to wander around the area a little bit, get the ruined droids.
So the command center.
Yeah.
All right, so you will wander around. As you explore, you will come to one of the sort of lower level sort of basement levels. You'll sort of clamber around, and there's a fair bit of nostalgia / memories and stuff. You remember, oh, that's so and so's quarters and this and that. But you'll come to a room that has been cleared, and you will see a whole bunch of clankers that you would assume Loophole over the years has been servicing, repairing, putting together and making them functional. In here is also salvaged weaponry from the battlefield, and there's a fair deal of good, useful stuff.
Right. Well, he'll take it in, but he's not gonna take it because, well, plus it's droids. I don't like much care for droids. I'm probably gonna end up asking Loophole about it afterwards.
Is there anything in particular that you want to sort of explore for, or anything you're looking for?
No, I don't think so.
So while Luck is going off and doing his exploration, the rest of you, what's your plan?
So Tina is first going to talk with Loophole and say that she knows someone who could maybe fix up the lightsaber, and if he doesn't mind, if she could take it with her and see if she could get it fixed.
Loophole
Someone
will
you?
say, well, you have more right to that. You have more right to that lightsaber than I do, so by all means, it's yours.
She'll say thanks, and she's then mind if I take a look at your gonk droid here? I'll see if I can't fix him up a little bit for you. So she'll spend the rest of the evening tinkering with the gonk droid to see if she can maybe boost its power or make it a little more efficient. Something to improve it in like a thanks for this.
All right, give me a mechanic roll. See how well you fix it up. Not a problem. You sit there, tinker. You will see some things that need to be replaced, and you'll go, do you have scrounging? It's probably a good time to roll scrounging skill if you have it.
She actually does. I thought I didn't get it, but she does.
You will go scrounging around looking for some suitable parts, and you will find some stuff that you can use, and you will repair the droid. The droid seems surprisingly happy. It gonks more cheerfully.
Honk to
Kill
you
it with
too, my
fire.
friend.
Is that even a thing?
Give me a curiosity roll, please, Tina.
In the box or open?
Open. You're not compelled to be curious, but having fixed the gonk droid, you sort of, and you've got time to kill while cooking's happening and Luck's exploring. I don't know what or Darill's having a nap. Bosco and Nim, I'm not sure what their plans are, but you sit there and you're sort of looking at the saber. You don't have to be curious, but would you like to investigate possibly what's wrong with it?
Actually, yeah, she will. We'll choose to fail that and potentially break it more.
All right. Well, you will sort of unscrew the bits that unscrew and take a look inside, and you're sort of comparing it. You don't know how to fix lightsabers or anything like that. You don't have the particular skill, but you're comparing it with the broken saber that you've got. But when you open it up, give me a perception roll. If you succeed your perception, then you can give me an IQ roll, or I will accept mechanics, but that's fine. You can see that the crystal that is currently in the lightsaber is in multiple pieces. It has fractured and cracked. You don't know the significance of that, or if it's supposed to be like that. You're not sure, but you do notice that this crystal, which is firmly set into the saber, is fractured and cracked.
She'll just kind of be like, "Huh, that didn't look right," but she is She's now feeling a little bit more cautious about things. So instead of messing with it further, she's going to go ahead and decide that it really needs to be looked at by somebody who knows these things. And she's going to close it back up without messing with it anymore.
Okay. You close it back up, and it is back in one piece. Except, as always, you have one extra screw for some reason, because that's always the way.
Yep. She tucks it into a pocket for later.
This is the way.
So, Nim and Bosco, do you guys have any plans?
Well, my plans were I wanted to check on the real after that encounter, and I have broken Wookiee, so I do like I do my best to talk to him.
Well,
And-
you can speak normally to him, but you will understand when he replies in Wookiee.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
I'm just like I was really impressed with the size of the balls in his mouth. I've never seen that before. And then I just kind of want to check him to see, check him for injuries. Basic first aid. Because I saw that he was in between the teeth.
Okay.
Well, Darryl is just lying there, and if you want to check him out, that's fine. He'll appreciate the attention for first aid.
You can make a first aid or physician roll.
Just don't grab him by the,
Because I do have physiology for Wookiees, and so I'm familiar with, with their bodies. You know what I mean?
say no more.
All right. First aid. I got first aid human, and I with the physiology for Wookiees. I don't know how that works.
I actually put points in first aid Duros and first aid Wookiee. You might
You did?
consider that. Yeah, you might consider that for later.
I think it actually defaults similar species -3.
We had that conversation at some point a long time ago.
Unless I roll the physiology for the species.
There was a reason for the physiology.
I don't know the actual mechanics, but let's just assume you have the medical kit. You can get enough bonuses to turn that into a success.
Right, I have like +6 in bonuses, and the spray doesn't even require a roll.
Daddy, I don't see what is it.
All right, so you will patch Darryl up. So the single point of damage Darryl took, he will recover with some Bacta spray. Darryl, the wound no longer hurts.
And this time, Bosco makes it a point to put the used up bottle back in his bag.
You ever notice how when Darryl is laying on the couch like that, he looks like a throw rug?
I'm imagining Darryl sort of laying back on the couch, arms behind the head, quite proud of himself.
And he won't give up the trophy.
So, was there anything that Nim was planning?
I think I saw a couple of power converters back there. Might be serviceable. You get 1,000 credits for those.
He says, you willing to trade?
I could trade the work to pull them out.
He will shrug and says, right, you go take them. I owe you. And with that, he'll announce that food's ready. And he will dish out some Thranok stew. It is about this time that Luck, you will wander back. Actually, Nim, if you wanted to make a skill roll to recover some power converters, then go for it. All right, you can recover some power converters. If you ever feel you have a need for them, then
Who knows?
you've got them.
I don't even know what they do. Except
They convert power.
Power.
All right, well, you will all sit down to a meal. Is there any particular discussion? Otherwise, time will pass. You will just tell
Frank is
stories.
Downstairs.
He says, yes, I've been fixing them over the years. Before I'm done here, I want to give back, get my revenge.
Revenge.
That's correct. The Empire have steered our brothers wrong. We did a wrong thing back
Not
then.
many of us left.
I only need to be one when I'm good and ready. I'll remind them that it was Loophole returning a favor for what they've done.
Well, you'll have to keep me informed. That's what we've been doing. Punching
He-
them where it hurts.
His eyebrows will raise. He says, like what? What have you been doing?
This and that and this and that. I point him to our YouTube channel so he can watch the recaps.
He'll pick up his phone and subscribe.
Hopefully, the investigator doesn't do the same.
Crap, didn't think that one through, did we?
He says, well, if this is what you're doing, it is a noble cause, and I'm willing to help you. I have a surprise for you. After we eat, I'll show you.
It's totally going to be another vehicle.
What do we need next?
Yes.
What's this link?
It's the power converters.
Okay, now I understand why Nim was fixing them.
Have you never seen that?
Nope.
Oh man, Robot Chicken's awesome about the Star Wars stuff. Now you understand why Luke was so upset and he's going to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
I get it. Well, you continue with your meal, and unless you have any particular questions for Loophole, time will pass. The meal is pretty good, and Bannock's steak is a little gamey, but it's all right.
It's very fresh.
It is very fresh. All right, so nothing of Loophole. Well,
I can't think of anything.
after,
Touch base, find out what he's been up to.
well, he'll
talk
tell
about
you
what
that
we've
he's
up
been
to.
he's been here eking out this existence. Once after Order 66, as you know, he was never fitted with a chip. Somehow he fell through the cracks. A loophole in the system.
That does bring an interesting question. How would a trooper like that react to all of the others just suddenly on a dime churning?
Well, he'd probably know better than most that that was not their natural inclination.
It would be shock and horror, like, what are you doing? And then I guess he would realize that it's the chip that's doing it, not them.
How long ago was that? Order 66?
19 years, something? 20 years?
I don't think it was that far back. It was the difference
16.
between the difference between episode 3 and episode 4 are 19 years. So it was 15, 16 years ago. I think we determined this is 3, so
Yeah,
it'd be
so
16
16.
years.
So that would have been slightly before the war got to Fantine?
No,
or
the
around
war
the same
was
time.
the war was going on in Fantine before that. Because I guess you don't remember, I had established that there were 2 major siege of Fantines. And the second siege, as it would have been recorded, was when Order 6, during that Order 66 was executed. And then soon thereafter, all the droids just inexplicably shut down. But yeah, so also since we've got 2 old soldiers, inevitably they're going to start swapping. Remember when, war stories.
Indeed, you will. And he will tell you that he's been on Fantine ever since. He quite likes the isolation. He's not a complete hermit. He does trade with people that sort of live out here, and he also makes it to the settlements every now and then when he needs further supplies and stuff. He will usually pick up junk and sell junk to make his money and stuff. He's quite happy to have seen luck. Is a boost to his morale. In any case, after the meal, he will say, "Come with me," and he will go and grab his crag snort. He'll saddle it up and pull down this rope ladder, and then invite you all to climb aboard.
Oh man, I hate living critters like this.
He says, "Don't worry, Luck. It's she's quite tame."
Uh-huh. All right, let's see what's going on. Maybe he's got an acclimator hidden. We could use an acclimator.
Just luck going.
It's whoever
No,
wants to go.
Sorry, think about multiple things.
And you'll see that there's some scavengers sort of feasting on the Thranok corpse. Vultures or the equivalent, Fantine equivalent. So you will ride off at a slow pace into the canyons. Loophole will say, best put your respirators on for this bit. And the Cragsnort will sort of go into one of the canyons, and you'll see approaching is looks like an open air sort of workshop. And you can see in this area 2 vehicles. And I will leave those vehicles up to you guys to decide what they are. Now, these are clone era vehicles. There's significant sort of battle damage, but you can see that Loophole has, been patching it up. They need a good coat of paint and a little extra work, but they could be functional. What do people want?
Yeah, I'm trying to check to see what they generally are running around with.
Are you trying to put those together, or are you tearing them back down? I can't quite tell.
He looks at you like a little annoyed. Putting it together? What do you mean? I've done a good job.
Oh, no, you're doing a great job.
Ah,
I could tell that was creative right there, what you did.
All right. So there's 2 of them.
there's 2 vehicles, different
What do
types.
they have? The Grand Army utilizes the AV-7 anti-vehicle artillery cannon, the self-propelled heavy artillery turbo laser, the unstable terrain artillery transport, the Bark speeder, the 74Z speeder, which is honestly not much different from regular speeder bikes.
What was that big ass truck thing they used in Mandalorian? Was that the Dreadnought?
I think that was a Juggernaut.
Something not.
Let me check.
The one with like 6 wheels or something.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
tires
that's
that are
the-
bigger than your house.
Yeah, they've got the actually that's the HAVWA5 Juggernaut, but I'm not sure if that's the exact same one that was used in Mando. I think that was like a slightly different version,
Well,
which makes
if
sense.
this was Clone
considering-
Wars, this would have been an older version anyway.
So you've also got, was it the ATTE? The walker with a big cannon on the back. You could have your assault transport. Is it LAT?
Yeah, they used the HCVWA9.2 Juggernaut transport was in Mando, but that's completely unarmed.
So you have a choice of 2 that you can come up with yourself.
Valshina class assault tank.
Probably wouldn't hurt to use the after the end vehicle modifications table just to factor in the fact they're not pristine.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, some of
Nah.
it's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense because you wouldn't need it because it's underwater stuff, and it's just like, yeah, and there's no water here.
Well, that's true.
Oh man, how did they ever show these? Because I kind of want to see these in live action. The infantry support platform. But yeah, what kind of thing do we think we actually probably need?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the trick here. Without knowing what's coming, we don't know what we're going to need. But given the terrain around here, flyers are going to be the best thing, probably. But we do have a starship already. But maybe that's a little too big? I don't know. It was a small one.
Well, you could, if you need transport, you could have a LAT. At least one of the vehicles be a LAT.
Right. Low altitude assault transport. It is the gunship that you see in, where that Obi-Wan and Anakin are in at the end of episode 2.
It has a complement of 3 speeder bikes. It says a
Right,
medical
that
droid, but in this case, it's not a medical droid.
It's that thing that looks like a Me-24.
Yeah, it's like an open belly transport. I think that closes up as well.
Oh, right. We did see the Juggernaut in Revenge of the Sith. It was on Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen this. Where have I seen this?
The LAT requires a pilot, co-pilot, gunner, and can have 2 to 4 gunners.
Yeah, I think out of most of the vehicles I can think of, the LAT would probably be the most useful for us. Everything else is kind of, yeah, we might get some use out of it. That we would definitely get use out of. And it's probably old enough that the Empire may not make a huge fuss about it.
It's pretty heavily armored, though.
Yeah, but it's probably, if it has the weapons removed and all that stuff, I mean, you could get away with calling it a classic or something.
Well, this one's still armed, and Loophole's definitely building it to blow up stuff.
That's good. We may need it when we hit the detention center. I like the mental image of several people going, "Wait, what? We're hitting a detention center? When is that happening?"
I remember that coming up in a discussion, but I don't remember why.
Because we want to extract the survivors from Paulus.
Right, that's what it was. Because we need
We
to
don't
see
want
why.
them. And we don't want them to, identify the super famous guy that was working on him. But yeah, I think LAT is definitely a good idea, but I don't know about the number 2 because there are several really good options like the Juggernaut and what is a Juggernaut? Crew of 12. Wow, really?
It's a freaking huge.
Yeah, pilot, co-pilot, engineer, vehicle commander, navigator, comms operator, 6 technicians, 8 gunners. Why do you need 8 gunners? What do you have? 2 anti-personnel laser cannons, 1 rapid repeating rotary heavy laser cannon. Oh, sweet. It's a minigun. Retractable hull-mounted anti-personnel flex ordnance launchers, 2 of those. 2 twin anti-personnel blaster cannons, and 1 heavy laser cannon turret. Damn, I kind of want that just for the guns.
It does have a lot of guns.
Holy cow. Passengers, up to 300 troopers and gear, depending on internal configuration. So needless to say, that thing's quite a bit larger than I thought it was.
Another potential
I have
option.
no idea what the hell we would do with it.
You could have an ARC fighter, ARC 170. So you've actually got a starfighter.
Yeah.
Actual fighter.
Those are really cool looking too. I like them. They're the predecessors for the proper X-wing. Yeah, but let's see, what is it? I think that's like gunner and pilot. Oh wow, no, pilot, co-pilot, tail gunner. So that's 3 people. So let's see. Thinking that through, that would be totally Daryl would be driving. The co-pilot, I don't know who the co-pilot would be. And then we get somebody who's a tail gunner. But that's, just 3 out of the 5.
Well, you still have that Corsair's ship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a Millennium Falcon and an X-Wing equivalent, sort of, but not sort of.
We'd have to get an astromech droid too.
What we should probably, I almost hate to say it, but we should probably do the ATTE because we know the LAT can carry one.
All-terrain tactical enforcers. Those are kind of cool. Crew, 8. Pilot, co-pilot / spotter. Vehicle commander, 5 gunners.
Again, probably useless to us, but...
What are you talking about? How can you say that's useless?
Well...
It has 6 MAD-21 heavy laser cannon turrets and 1 mass driver cannon. That's not useless by any stretch of the imagination.
To be fair, I would probably also say a scout walker is kind of useless for us, but in a particular time and place, maybe.
Well, that's why we'll have to start getting more people and recruiting.
So we'll take the ATTE, cut the legs off, and turn it into a hover vehicle.
But I like having walkers. They have legs.
Well, you've got a chicken walker already.
But this one has more than 2 legs. It has 6 legs. That makes it like 4 times as effective.
We get a bunch of chicken walkers and make a walker centipede.
This one's already pretty close to walker centipede.
So we're locking in a LAT.
Does anybody else have opinions there?
Well, I'll second the LAT at least.
I will defer. If there's a discussion going on, Tina's already got like a blast helmet on and is over there under the hood of one of the vehicles checking it out.
What are her mechanic skills? I mean, what are they focused on?
She's got contragrav, droids, hyperdrive, maneuver engine, and starship.
So the contragrav would work I'm thinking
So a
for
walker
the lat.
would be mecha in that case, wouldn't I think?
Yes, that would be driving mecha.
I was hoping for a Venator or an Acclimator. I mean, those only have the crews of thousands.
Well, Loophole has one of those, but it's just a model.
That would be a hilarious drone. You have one of those little floating droids. It looks like an acclimator. So
Eventually,
you
we
trick
should
people.
contemplate down the road trying to get one of those Gozantes like we saw in Mando, which apparently requires just like 2 pilots and a bunch of dumb stormtroopers that can be blown out the back by attacking Mandos. But yeah, so that's fine. I don't know about the other one. I'd have to think about that.
Well, an actual starfighter could be useful if you ever need to actually starfight.
That's true.
I
Having
got
the one,
3.
having one of the ARC 170s would definitely ensure that all 5 of us could be involved in like an engagement, because you have one pilot for the ship we borrowed from the pirates, and one gunner, because it's only got one gun that I recall. And then this one would have like the pilot, the co-pilot, and the tail gunner.
Well, it's probably also reasonable that if the lat is capable of carrying an ATTE, then it can probably be modified to carry something else. So we could have a the hell is that called? Where the fighter's mounted on it.
Wait, Lat can't carry an AT. Really?
Yeah. they did
Okay,
that in,
that's a
too.
different that is a different model. That is low altitude assault transport carrier. So that's a Lat C, and that's all it carries.
Well, still. Yeah, that's right. It was one of those skyhook things.
Yeah, and then if you remember, it did dropped the walker and then bugged out.
Well, that makes more sense anyway.
It does look like Lats are able to function in space, though.
I'm pretty sure you see them launch from orbit for
Yeah.
ground assaults. So yeah.
Oh, it's a variant. There's apparently a variant for it. I don't know why they wouldn't all be that variant.
Either way, if you want the variant version of the lat, that's fine. That's what Loophole's been putting together.
So we think Latin ARC 170. So some one
Yeah,
of you
let's just
lunatics
stick
can
with
be the
that.
pilot.
We'll stick with that. I mean, that's going to cover enough bases.
All right, so these aren't in pristine. I think I will use the after the end table for vehicle issues.
I don't even
That
remember
will-
what that is. I'd have to look at it.
That will give those mechanically inclined people, Daryl and Tina, maybe Nim, something to tinker with.
Nim has to keep fighting the urge to tear it down completely.
I'm
And
much
sell it.
better at carrying it down.
I think it's after the end one.
Isn't it? That would explain why I didn't see it in 2.
Where's yeah.
Gear, vehicles.
Yeah. After the end one, page 33. Roll 2d6.
Who?
We will roll on the table. Okay. For a typical vehicle, roll 1d times. Okay, so for the lat, let's have Tina roll a d6, please.
Okay.
All right, we need to roll on this table 5 times. So
Thanks, Tina.
roll 2d6 5 times.
Do I have to? I keep rolling bad.
Actually, since there's 5 of you, you can each roll once.
There's a bad engine. It's unresponsive, and that one's fine. Wow, you rolled. That one's fine. It has a really bad engine. Yeah, I think the engine's like completely useless in that case.
Good thing we can fix it. Put a supercharger in there.
All right, so we got bad engine twice.
Not there, so I'll roll again. And it's been mistreated. So bad engine twice, unresponsive, so -1 to handling, and mistreated -1 to health. Well, it probably did get shot down.
I'd say it's like our little project vehicle. You know, we
Mhm.
can like soup it up however we want.
What were the other
Piece of
two?
junk.
So I've got bad engine twice, unresponsive. What were the other two?
Mistreated was one of them, and the other was no problem.
Wrong line.
What?
He's typing on the wrong line.
Oh, he can't type.
Yeah, my brain's not allowing me to function.
It's because you're
I hate
giving
when it
birth
does
to
that.
Athena.
Mistreated, and what was the last one? No
Nothing.
no problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
number 7. Yeah, or no problem.
All right. Who wants to roll on for the Arc Fighter?
Damn it. That didn't take. I rolled it and it was like a 1. Let's see. Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everyone can roll once.
Thanks, Luck.
No problem. Let's see.
So we have 5 mistreated.
Mistreated. Nothing. Short legs. That's 1, 2. That's 4. So we got 2 more. And short legs and nothing. Oh, wow. We got 3 nothings. Good job, guys. So it looks like we've got mistreated, short legs twice, and wobbly. -1 to SR. Reroll after SR reaches 0. Interesting. Apparently, bad engine is not one that you can that can stack because it has asterisks on the ones that you can, and that says multiple occurrences are cumulative. But 2 to 3 is not got an asterisk.
Right. Okay. So roll once more.
Daniel, you do it.
Well, it may have multiple engines.
Nothing. Good job. So that lat's not as in bad shape as we thought. Still, it dies for 3 seconds, 3D seconds on any failed control roll. Oh, yeah. And then it says reroll for unpowered vehicles or repeated results. Derp. That could really, really suck because it's like, oh, we lost power for roll. 6, 12, 18 seconds. So we're going to plunge straight to the ground and crash.
And these things aren't necessarily aerodynamic.
Oh, God, no.
All right. But these are things that can be fixable.
Yep.
So at present, these vehicles do operate with the current issues.
Now I'm wondering, can I even pilot any of those? Nope. Because that's going to be low performance, maybe, and high performance? Or
No.
maybe both high
They'll
performance?
both be high performance.
Yep.
Low
so-
performance is rockets.
I can navigate, land navigation or space.
Well, clearly, I'm going to have Daryl start teaching me how to actually fly things. And then we learn, oh, yeah, Luck is a terrible pilot. Don't let him be the pilot.
All right. So no major issues with these except for the lat, which
I don't
could.
know. I'd consider that. Oh, right. We didn't roll a 12, so it's not unsafe.
Ah,
Yeah, you don't want it exploding on you.
C, combustible, and health becomes flammable. F becomes explosive. Reroll after this reaches X. That's funny. That means
Alright.
you have to stat those up.
I will have to stat those up.
You're like, yay.
Should be easy
or you
enough.
give them plot stats.
I think it should be easy enough to rig up something in spaceships.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that difficult simply because you got all of the pertinent details on Wikipedia. So you don't have to actually use the rules. You just go, okay, it's this big. What's that SM? Bam. It goes this fast. What's that move? Bam.
Well, it depends if we're going to use like space combat rules, because then you know, different sections of the ship get hit.
Yeah,
stuff.
that is. Well, luckily,
I think-
yeah. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think if we do any kind of space stuff, I don't know if you guys ever use the Traveler system. I like their rules for space.
Have we
And
ever used the
spaceships.
Traveler system?
Which
Oh, you
Traveler?
mean
The
GURPS
original Traveler or the GURPS?
No, GURPS Interstellar Wars. Sorry.
Hate it. Too much math.
Oh, you do?
My
Yeah, we've
problem
only-
with it. My
We only
problem
played
with
that
it.
for 5 years straight.
Yeah, my problem with it is it ultimately ends up becoming nobody says anything but the GM and the pilot because they're calculating all this nonsense, and it's just like, well, I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom.
The
Okay, so too much detail.
GURPS space combat rules
Yeah,
borrow
spaceships.
a lot from the Traveler, but add more things for other people to do.
Yeah, ultimately, we still haven't found the system that feels right. Some of them get a little closer. The spaceships ones has a lot of good ideas. I don't hate the one that's in Interstellar Wars, but like Phil said, that tends to have a lot of people sitting there twiddling their thumbs.
And then the Interstellar Wars actually uses vector movement, which is not Star Wars.
Now, when Rigel was running the space thing in our face-to-face, we used, I think, a version of the spaceships one, and that was not bad. It was a little abstract, but not bad.
I don't remember it. Haven't run it
Because
forever.
we had the Dratus thing up there or something.
That was using actual Traveler.
Was it? No,
Yeah.
you're right. It was, wasn't it?
In any case, you have these vehicles. Loophole says,
Huh.
if you can make use of these, then by all means they're yours.
I think we can. And I'm going to turn the mechanics loose on them so they can figure out what the status is. Because I don't, Luck's like, I don't know. I know how to shoot guns and I know how to get onto a starship, but I don't know anything else about that.
If you turn to Tina to say, well, go take a look at it, she's not there. If you look back, you see two pink boots sticking out from underneath one of them as she's apparently already digging in.
She's already rattling off things that need to be fixed.
Yep.
The stabilizer on this one's gone. She's a little bit wobbly. Looks like we have a breach in some of the fuel cells. It'll cut down the range a bit. So you'll be able to find out those issues. All right. Anything else that you would like to do? Otherwise, Luck will invite you to hang around for as long as you want.
He will? Luck will?
Oh, sorry. Loophole will invite you to hang around.
I know
You look alike.
What do you mean, you people?
So you're invited to hang around for as long as you want, and you're welcome.
Well, we didn't have a particular mission here. We were just coming here to see what it was. So I suppose mission accomplished.
Well,
Yep.
Tina found some closure or opening.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or something.
It can't be opening and closure.
It's another
It's a door.
thumbtack on the yarn conspiracy board.
It's a door. Doors open both ways. I mean, apart from making sure that Loophole can contact us, I can't think of anything else. I don't know how we're gonna or where we're gonna relocate those things.
Well, it says
That,
they've been here for 16 years now, and no one has found them. So I don't think it matters if they're here for a little bit longer.
Yep.
I intend to stay here. I'll look out for them, and I'll continue to work when I have time.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything we want to try to accomplish here?
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Start planning on the planning for the hit the
Prison break
thing.
or murder the person that's trying to find out who you are.
No, I'm gonna leave that to Bosco. He's gonna have to seduce her.
So Daryl can show her his trophies, and maybe that'll scare her off, or win her
Maybe
to
it
our
doesn't.
side, depending.
Yeah.
But I did say we should play a shorter session so I can do away with this headache. So if we're good, unless there's something else that you want to take care of,
Sounds good to me.
we can assume that you guys will head back, drive off into the sunset, and we clock wipe to the next episode. Everyone good with that?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we're not going to sleep there. We're going to go ahead and jet back, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it. We could theoretically overnight there, and then head back.
Or that. Either way.
I don't think you're on any particular deadline, so
Yeah. I'm thinking we like end up overnighting here because that'll let Tina and company, Tina and Nim and Daryl to wander around the ships and or the junk in the area and do all that stuff.
Now, I got to get back to the office on Monday. I got some cleanup to do.
Yeah, and then we'll head back.
you're going back to work at Bosco's offices. cleaning?
I'm thinking he's definitely going to do that sometimes, maybe on an occasional basis. I haven't decided. He's got to show back up there at some point when Bosco hasn't actually asked for him to be there.
Just cause.
Just cause.
All right, well, then we'll leave it there. 2 points, everyone. I'm really surprised how effectively you managed to take down the Thranok. It really did.
Yeah, I guess you could call that effective. Yeah.
It really didn't get a chance to do much at all.
Because the Wookiee creeped us all out. Way to go, Nosh.
I mean, can we can I put forth that we really should give Daryl a point at least for that? Because that move was.
I'll second that one.
Yeah. Bonus point for testicular something.
And if you don't already have it, you have to spend that point on the biting mastery perk.
Target attack testicles.
Born biter.
Yeah,
That's
which
what I
one?
was thinking. Biting mastery or
Yeah.
born biter. No,
Grip
biting
mastery.
No, there is a biting mastery though,
Yeah, I know.
which I think
but-
probably covers.
Yeah, I'm good for a bonus point to drill the.
You've learned a highly developed body of effective bites for use in close quarters. You may use karate skill to attack with a bite and add the karate damage bonus to biting damage.
I'll be a little bit suspect if you start doing it on stormtroopers, though.
It'd be funny.
Well, they really won't be expecting it.
No, they really wouldn't.
They probably wouldn't be able to take it as well as the Thranok did.
And now we gotta work on the technique for wrench genitals.
We really don't.
Yeah, I'd hate for that to become a regular thing, actually. That would just seem really wrong.
Yeah. How many ways is that ever gonna come up?
All right.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, if you're watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out. Good night, stream.
Good night.